we go, everyone. It is pack day. It's actually pack and leave day, but just a little quick view of what my house looks like as I'm trying to pack and get ready to go. Everything over here is going. I'm gathering some stuff up here off of this, mainly a bunch of cords and stuff, whole lot of electronic stuff right there. But look here in the living room, got totes, my dry boxes. This is going, my new Arsenal gear, everything in that, taking that, just because I want to. Bunch of gear come in, bunch of boxes there, got some more gear come in right there, those boxes. Them's just gonna stay there till I get home. I'm not even worried about it. But yeah, I mean, pure chaos and everything's a mess, but I ain't worried about it because I'm not gonna be here for 2 or 3 weeks to worry about it. So yeah, we're gonna get the truck loaded up and we're gonna be headed out this afternoon, hopefully within the next couple hours. Everything will be loaded up, ready to go, and we'll be on the road. But yeah, that's what gearing up to go looks like in a house of chaos when you try to film and you're trying to carry stuff for 3 weeks at a time. Because one thing about it, when you leave, you either have it or you don't, and you either have to buy it or do without it. So make sure that when you leave, you got everything. And one thing, I'm actually fixing to start checking stuff off a list, but write your list down, everything you need. I never check nothing off of that until it goes in that truck. That way I know I got it in there. So before I leave, all that'll be checked off and I'll be ready to go. Hopefully I don't forget anything. I'll get everything on the list, but I just don't want to forget nothing that I know I need to get, but it ain't crossed my mind yet. But I think I've pretty much got everything wrote down I need. So I'm excited, ready to kick this year off. So we'll see y'all here in a little bit. It's been a long day, y'all. Here we are in the mountains of Colorado, right on the edge of them, just west of Denver. Put a long day in. I think like 18 hours of driving, over 1,000 miles. Just a rough guess right here. Let me look. Okay, I've got 1,200 miles today. 1,200 in 18 hours. I think that's right. That seems a little much, but anyway, nonetheless, minimum of 18 hours, I know. But like I say, we're here. I made it through Denver, got barely in the mountains. I wanted to kind of see the mountains in the daylight, but I also wanted to get through Denver while there wasn't much traffic, and it was 12:30. Made it through Denver. It's 2 o'clock right now. So in the morning, gonna get up and drive the rest of the way. I want to go over the divide in the daylight, so I want to see that. I hadn't went over the divide in quite a few years, so I want to see that in the morning. But anyway, we're here. We're starting in the high elevation gain, so I'm gonna get me a little nap and get up, finish the drive in the morning. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. All right, open at it, 6:30. Got a good little bit of sleep. Feel a lot better. Woke up, it's 46 degrees. So I had to break out some long stuff for a little bit anyway and turn the heat up on the truck. Didn't have to run air no more. But fixing to finish out this drive. We up in the big mountains now. You can see all them back that way, but heading on. Be in Utah here before long and ready for it. So we got some pretty steep grades to go down. Like we're going down one right now back toward the road. It's 8 degrees. If anybody knows what the grade percentage is and how steep that is, that's pretty steep. Pretty steep. So anyway, we're gonna get up through these mountains and look at some country. I ain't seen this country in quite a while, so I'm kind of excited. I wanted to go through all this in the daylight and get a good look at it. So here we go. Alright, we have made it into Utah. Never been to Utah before, so this is the first time in this state. And it's the most expensive gas that I bought on this trip as well. But not far left to go. I need to stop at a Walmart, which I think there's another one about an hour ahead of me. And then about another 45 minutes past that's where I'm going to be going to hunt. So we're coming down to the last little stretch of the drive of the trip, getting where we're going. So I'm gonna get out here and hopefully we can get into something maybe this afternoon, but we gotta get there first. Well, that's them. Those mountains right there is where I am headed to. It's where I'm wanting to get to. That's in the unit that I can hunt. I'm actually in the unit that I can hunt right now, but not a lot of public right here. It's all up here toward the mountains. And don't mean that I'm gonna end up staying and hunting on the mountain. I'll go wherever the deer are, but that's my main objective, is I want to be on top of that mountain here very soon, because I like to be able to see, and I want to be as high as I can get. But when I get there, it'll be time to hunt. Well, right there is where I'm trying to get to. Alright, here's the deal. Here's what we got going. We got a big burn right through here, and it's pretty steep ground. Nothing I can't handle though. But I don't want to get too far from the truck because there's some rain clouds they broke up, but they are rain clouds. And they're kind of scattered around a little bit. So I don't want to get too far from the truck and it start raining and can't get back in time. But I still want to get some elevation where I can kind of see more of these faces a lot better. Like I say, it's really steep. It's kind of thick, not terrible. Not impossible to hunt, just maybe a little tougher. But I feel like that could probably be a pretty big one in this type of ground, and nobody's been parking here and walking up this trail either, so we're gonna get up here and see if we can lay some eyes on one. All right, my glass in time might be fixing to get cut short. As you can see, we got a cloud coming over this mountain. Big cloud coming over this one. And it's thundering right here. Pretty good. So, there's a doe. I spotted a doe up here on top of this one. She's a long ways away. It does not look like it's as far as what it is, but that's a long way to the top. But I can't believe I haven't seen anything other than her. And it may just be holed up because they know this weather's coming in. But There's a really, really good looking mountain right over there that's got a lot fresher burn in it. And I think tomorrow, if it's not just pouring rain, is I'm gonna try to get over there and glass that, because there's a couple pockets of woods right up at the very top that doesn't look like they got burnt, but everything else is pretty much deadfall and been burnt really well, and there's a lot newer growth coming up. It looks like it's probably been burnt within the last year. This over here, probably 2 years, maybe 3, but it looks really good. I want to lay eyes on that for a morning at least. But man, this is some pretty country right here. There's so much that you can see and that you want to go look at, but it's practically impossible to do it just of how it's all laid out. But at least I'm not on top of that mountain where that cloud is. So I may be rolling off of this thing here in just a minute if I start feeling raindrops. But I'm not that far from the truck, so it won't be too bad. But anyway, if anything else, nothing else happens here, I'll see you in the morning, and hopefully we're not dealing with a washout. So, hey, we'll see y'all in the morning. Alrighty, good morning. Trying to finish packing up every little bit of stuff that I need, because I'm headed up the mountain. You see, look at the pie. It don't look that big, but that's probably 60 pounds. Plus, I ain't got my bow on there yet, so it's probably definitely over 60 pounds. But I've got enough stuff to stay on the mountain for 3 nights. Now, whether I stay up there 3 nights, I don't know, depending on what I find. Who knows, I may get up there today and not find nothing good or don't look good, and I may come back down. But I am prepared to stay at least 3 nights. And if I have to, I'll come back and get more stuff to go and stay longer. But I got enough food for 3 nights. But man, it's so pretty up in these mountains. It's cool. It's about mid-40s right now. Not starting quite as early as I originally planned, because I'm going up this mountain, which you can't really see it, but this is actually the point of 2 drainages, or 1 drain coming together, and two different mountains kind of come down. They come to a point right here. You can hear this water running. There's water coming out of it, and of course this is a pretty big river here itself, or creek, whatever you want to call it. That ridge is too thick. I don't want to go up that one. I'm going up this one over here. These people are probably coming by saying, look, he's talking to a camera, he's crazy. I am talking to a camera, but it turns into several thousand people I'm talking to. So, yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate the support. But, yeah, I'm ready to get to climbing. So, let me finish packing up, and then let's start gaining some elevation. Bam, bam. Ooh, it's floating. About time. I've been trying to get across this creek for 30 minutes. Can't tell what's what. There's a log. Yeah, baby. We through it. Time to climb. Alright, we made it up here. High as I'm gonna go with the camp anyway. I want to finish the rest of the way out to the top of that, which I'm going to here in a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and get camp set up. Found a halfway flat spot, kind of clean. I'm gonna get some of these sticks out of here and try to smooth it up a little bit. I'm gonna set tent up right here. And I don't want to be on the very, very top because there's not really no trees up there. And I don't want to get caught up there in lightning or something. Because I about guarantee you there's going to be some rain hit at night, in the middle of the night. So, kind of about, I don't know, 400 or 500 foot, maybe more, below the very top. Oh, there's a big herd of elk right up here too. Probably 20 or 30 head, maybe more. I at least can see 20 to 30 head up here. But this is that big burn right here I was talking about I wanted to get to yesterday. I was on, I believe that mountain right over there is the one I was on. I could see this burn, and it's a lot newer, it looks like, or it didn't grow back as good as the rest of this, because it's a north facing slope, so it's not as thick, but a lot of blowdowns, a lot of burnt, all kind of stuff, and still a lot of good green growth coming up in there. And I think that's why them elk are in there so good. There was a bunch of elk sign coming up this mountain when I was coming up it, but it was all old, so I knew they had moved out, and they just pretty much moved over the mountain and into this drain right here. But I'm gonna get camp set up, and then got a couple things I'm gonna try to dry out. Shirts, and my pants are a little wet. I'm gonna change, put my little thinner pants on because it's warming up, and then I'm gonna get what I need, and I'm gonna go up. I want to get on top of that because I can glass over, I can glass down this, and I can glass over in this bottom. And I'm gonna try to hang around where I don't want to spook the elk. I want the elk to stay there. So I'm gonna try and hang around and go up and come over the top where I don't bother the elk. But if the elk are there, it means there's food, it means there's water here somewhere. So there's gonna be deer here. Hopefully there'll be some bucks up in here somewhere. So here we are, top of the mountain, almost. Just shy of it by that much. Well, camp set up, pretty much. And I'm running around here barefooted. But I just spotted 2 bucks up in here in this herd of elk. One looks pretty good from what I could see with binoculars. He looked pretty good, but he's just a big 3x3. The other one, I hadn't really got good eyes on yet, so I got the spotting scope and fixed to set it up. See if I can get a little better look at them, but I figured there would be a buck in there somewhere with them elk. Because elk, they're gonna be where food and water is. And these bucks are gonna be where food and water is. But it's gonna be hard to get in there on them with all them elk. And there may be more than just 2 bucks too, but that's all I see for the moment. I think he's a shooter. For as hard as I work to get up here, he really looks good. Not super deep forks. He's really wide. But the other buck, he's got his head behind a tree, but I caught a glimpse of him. He looks better. He's not wide, he's tall. But he looks bigger as far as, I guess if you was gonna say score-wise, he's not all really that wide. He's just tall and he looks heavy. But I didn't get but a glimpse of him. So I gotta, and the winds, we got a crosswind, so it's shaking the spotting scope, and I can't see that great. All right, here we go. Going up the mountain. I want to try to get as close, well, not as close as I can, but I want to get closer. See if I can get a little bit better idea of how these bucks are laying up here and just what they're laying on. And I have a dang good wind right now. Super strong, loud, noisy. I got a really good wind. I can get away with a lot. But I'm gonna hang around on the backside. They're over the mountain or the ridge. So I'm gonna try and hang around, come up, get up in there about halfway somewhere, see if I can spot them again. The elk have moved off as well, kind of out in the open. I want to see if I can get a better idea where these bucks are laying. Possibly might get to make a move on them this afternoon, but I've got time. There ain't no need in rushing nothing. So we'll see how it goes. All right, just spotted another buck. Trying to get the spotter on him. Big forks, deep forks. Big 4x4. Not wide, but a big 4x4. Nice looking deer. Could be more than just him. He's looking around like there could be another one there somewhere. Alright. I come over the ridge to look down in here on these bucks I found earlier. And I finally spotted them down here below me. I found the tight buck that I thought about shooting. Not the wide one, but the tighter one that I videoed. And there's another buck down here I didn't see earlier. But I just been in, I spotted another buck. There's a bunch of bucks in here. But I was just kind of scanning around everywhere because the shade's kind of moving pretty good. And I think I just spotted a giant right over here, not 150 yards from me. All I can see is a big fork between some trees. But he's up feeding, so maybe he'll move around where I get a little better look at him. But he looks big. I don't see him. I need to find him again, but he's right over here. Right in there. He looked big. For the few seconds I saw him, he looked big. I'm gonna find him again and see if I can get a better view of him. Well, he worked down the hill. Kind of got out in the open where I can see him better. He don't have real big fours, but he's got good forks, good and heavy. And he may not be the only one, so I'm gonna watch. But he's gray, so he's more mature deer, I think. He's done changed colors pretty soon. A lot of these other deer I'm seeing are red, but he's a gray deer. Gray body. But that's 5 bucks on this side within a very small little area. I'm gonna see, he's gonna go to that water. I can tell he's working his way towards that water over there. I seen the elk over there drinking earlier. So the water in this little basin's right over yonder on that hillside. And that's where he's going, so. We get him, baby. Alright, guys. Day 2 in Utah. Second day up on the mountain. Had some terrible weather for today. Rained on and off last night. Rained this morning till about 8 o'clock. Got out, got to do a little bit of glassing for about an hour. And then these clouds rolled in over the top of the mountain and just pretty much fogged in all this basin that I was watching over. So after that happened, rain set in again, and it's rained for about another 2 hours, 2.5, 3 hours, somewhere in there. It's like 12:30 right now, and I just got back out of the tent. And we've actually got a lot more rain coming. Actually pretty good. On the radar it shows a pretty good storm, not far. Pretty heavy rain, so I'm hoping that misses me, but it don't look like it's going to. It looks like it's gonna hit. But just had to get out of that tent for a little bit and look around. But spotted several smaller bucks this morning up here before the fog rolled in. But I've seen a couple does just since I've been out here glassing. But everything's probably laid down because because of all this rain. So I'm gonna glass while I can until it starts raining, and I'm gonna get back in the tent, just sit there and wait it out. So this is how the weather is in the mountains. You just gotta be ready to sit and wait it out sometimes, and then sometimes you got good weather, and like yesterday, just do whatever you want to, go as far as you want to, and don't have to worry about nothing. But anyway, we'll see. Maybe we'll turn something up. Well, this morning ain't starting out the best. I've seen a few deer. I've seen those smaller bucks that I seen yesterday in between the rains. But no bigger bucks. And no elk either. The elk moved out. And the other day, when I seen all the bigger bucks, the elk were in here. So I'm not so sure that them bigger deer ain't hanging around those elk. I don't know. But I know there's no elk, and there's no bigger bucks. I've thought about going up and over that and glassing a whole nother mountain, pretty much. But it wouldn't be one that you would hunt today. It'd just be one that I could see and might possibly find a good deer. And I'd have to go all the way to the truck, drive around, come in a different way completely to get in there to it. But if there ain't nothing in here, then ain't nothing in here. So, and I think too, the other day when I first got in here and found everything, it was dry. And everything was needing water. And there was a spring right over here coming out, and everything went to that spring at one point in time or another. But now that we've had all this rain, it rained that night, that first night I was here, all day yesterday and some last night. Now there's water everywhere. They don't have to be right here. So that may be why they went everywhere. So, I don't know. But I ain't seeing them. So, we'll see what the day has in store, I guess. Well, I do believe I just found a deer to go after. But he's way over there. I come over the top of the mountain here. And been glassing and picked two of them up. A little buck and this buck. He's got really big forks. Tall, super tall. He looks really good. He's probably the biggest deer I've seen so far. No doubt, but I don't have my phone with me. It's back at the tent, so I can't video him or nothing, but I'm gonna have to guess about where he's at, and then when I get back to the camp, I'm gonna have to try to drop a pin and then figure out how I'm gonna get over there, because that's a long ways. A long ways. I'm not really even sure how I'm even gonna get there. He's not impossible to get to. It just may take a little while to get to him. I'm just gonna keep watching, look over this hillside, and see if I find anything else or get a better look at him. And then I'll update y'all here in a little while what's going on. How you doing? Miss me? And there is a bigger buck in here.